Hi, here I am. Okay, so this is my iPod collection, if you will. What matters to me is this one. This is the iPod I've had since 2000 something, five, six, something like that. It's an iPod video, and a lot of people look at it's got the Wolves and Dak on it, and I don't know. I don't noticeably I can't tell the difference between the 5 and the 6 and the warmer sound. I don't know if that's really much of a thing. Or I'm deaf. I don't know. But what I like this for is my music is played to me by me and put onto the iPod by me. So all of my records, which I bought from people when they were throwing them away at yard sales, and all of my CDs, and most importantly, I'd say my recordings that I made when I was doing radio broadcasting, or whatever over time, they're all here, and it's in one spot, and I can take it, and it's sort of like an archive of my stuff, which only matters to me, nobody else. As of late, I'm getting sick of advertisements. I'm getting sick of algorithms picking up music that thinks I like, and I saw a great video somebody made about how they're, I don't know, a little spacey, but yeah, they like the algorithm free style of having a digital audio player. And you can also buy digital audio players for like $20 on Amazon. It doesn't have to be an iPod. For me, it taps into this nostalgia thing, right? But that's not what it's totally about. I do like how this is really resilient with its metal faceplate. And I put Rockbox on, which maybe that's a good idea if you can actually get it to work. It did not install easily, and I had to use, a PC and a Mac to get it on there and all this. I spent probably the better part of 2 days of free time getting Rockbox to work. Possible, but it's not like click, 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 here we go. So this is the iPod 6, which really is, I mean, you can take this faceplate and put it onto the case of an iPod 5. The click wheel is minusculely different, but they're basically really interchangeable parts and stuff. But since this was something that I never really had a big attachment to, I don't know what I'll end up doing with it. But I'll keep it and stuff, but it's updated, right? It's got a new battery. It's got the iFlash Quad. It's 2 terabytes in size, and it's a really good storage device because I think they're sort of robust, and you can power them up and see what's on them, compared to an old hard drive, which might get thrown away. So I want to hang on to these things so that they don't get thrown away. Yesterday, I found a computer that I hadn't powered up for a while, and lots of stuff I had that would have been lost had I not, thrown it on here and there. So they're good for that. They're good for playing music on demand that you want to hear, that if you can recollect your music collection this far in the game. But anyways, what really got me going with these again in 2025 is this Moonlit.Market card somebody made. Now, you could do everything this thing does without buying their expensive card, but Moonlit.Market makes a USB-C charge and sync if you want to do a little work, and Bluetooth transmitting case. And I really don't like it. I'll use it and hopefully modify it to my liking. But if I can get it out of here real quick. Here's why. As somebody who, way back when, did use one of these when they were functional and there was a real reason to, before streaming, before iPhones that could do everything, you had this metal back, and it's the size of a deck of cards, and there's a little bit more weight back in the day, but you carry it with you, and then it was really great. It was really great when you had it. Now you don't really have that necessity, but part of it is you have this thing, right? This has got a plastic back on it, and then you have to take the screen and sort of like drop it in and then glue it in. And so all of that repairability is probably still there, but it's not as easy as, or whatever. It's different with this fucking plastic back. And whoever made this, if you're gonna go through the work of like printing your chipboard out with this custom, you know, text and their cables with their, you know, their brand on it, like, at least understand that. And I understand Bluetooth doesn't transmit through metal easily, but at least understand that the appeal to this being relevant, present date, is part of it being like its case, if nothing else survives the passage of time. So now I have this stupid, wider, different dimension plastic back that I got to deal with if I want to use their case. And you pay, you know, enough for this card. I hate it, but I also love the functionality. So I'm sure I'm going to modify this plastic case and do what I've seen somebody else do online in their own way. But I'm going to interface this plastic top onto here, because what it does offer that I do like is this USB-C charging, USB syncing. You still have your headphone jack. You have a Bluetooth transmitter in here, which is important. And you also can still have 30-pin functionality on the bottom of it. That's great. What's not great is then you can't use this high-capacity battery because it doesn't fit in here. You can't use your iFlash quad board that's really nice because it doesn't fit in here when you glue the top on. You have to use like one of these lower profile ones here. So actually, basically all the normal stuff doesn't work with this special case, and then you have to glue it together. Did I mention that? And did I mention that it's plastic? Those things are infuriating, right, Kat? So I'm gonna take this and chop it up. I'm gonna chop it up and then I'm gonna glue it to metal. And that's going to take some dremeling and sanding and stuff. But I'd rather have that than be stuck with this plastic case, because something about it loses its appeal, or I don't know, it doesn't age well with me. It doesn't sit well with me. But this is great. There's lots of ways of doing this. And this technology is outdated and stuff. Like, you could have a Raspberry Pi that is teeny and do everything this can do, but I still want it to be this old device, and yet I don't. So if you're thinking about buying this Moonlit.Market back, just know that it's not the right dimensions somehow, and it doesn't fit into the world of a classic iPod. It's just like somebody did half the work with this great chip that's made without soldering everywhere, and you can still add these things onto it. But they also really fucked it up with the case. As weird as it just a plastic case sounds, they could have done something else with a little bit more work. If you're going to go through the time to do this, at least make it like it was. But that's the whole point, right?